go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing.
Welcome to Crafty Beach. This is Julie, and today I have 4th of July DIYs for you. I put together 15 of my favorite patriotic Dollar Tree DIYs, and I can't wait to show you how I put it all together. So let's get started. The first one, we are going to make sock gnomes for 4th of July, and these turned out so cute. Now, these socks I actually got at Target, but they do have patriotic socks like this at Dollar Tree that would work as well. The reason I liked these is because there was one star and one stripe, so I only had to buy one pair of socks, right? So I'm just cutting it right up like at the ankle of the sock into two parts. So that's going to provide me two bodies and two hats for our little sock gnome. Now, you can use whatever you have to weigh this down. You can use pebbles, sand, rocks. You can even use beans and stuff. I really didn't have anything to put in the bottom of these, and so I have some of that Dollar Tree OxyClean. Kind of work like sand, I guess. I'm just going to sprinkle some of that in the bottom of the socks, down in the toe, just to make them heavy enough so they will stand up on their own. And we're going to make some fun sock gnomes with the Dollar Tree mop head. We're going to do a his and a hers just for fun. So now it's time to stuff the bodies. I always save my old bed pillows so that I don't have to buy polyfill because that stuff is so expensive. And you can use it for crafting like this. So I'm just going to fill them. So they are about the same size. I want to make a little boy and a little girl patriotic gnome for the 4th of July. So as you can see, I only have them stuffed about 2/3 of the way, but that's okay. That's about how big I want them. So I'm just going to tie that off with some twine. And then I can also just go ahead and cut off the excess sock at that time. And we're going to do the same thing here with the second one. And I don't always do a his and a her gnome, so this was really fun. I had a good time making these. Okay, now it is time for hats. So I like to leave the top of the sock, for like the brim of the hat that goes over the little gnome's eyes. So the end that's cut is going to be the tip of our gnome hat. So I just kind of form it into a cone shape and tie it off with some twine. Now, you can have like a little floppy hat gnome. Those are cute too. But I thought that we would make this gnome hat stand straight up. So I'm going to use some more of that pillow fluff. And we are going to stuff the hat so it will stand up straight. Now, these socks were like really long socks. Usually when I make a sock gnome, they're not quite this long. So at this point, I am just stuffing it, thinking, it's probably going to be fine, but I get it on there and look, that is way too long. So let's shorten that hat a little bit. I tried just tying it off here to make a shorter hat, but it was not quite pointy enough at that point because it just had too much fluff in it still. So we're going to defluff it a little bit and tie it down a little bit shorter. I mean, they're supposed to have a long, pointy gnome hat, but not quite that long, right? So that looks pretty good. We're going to try it on. And I think that size is totally going to work. Now, I always like to do little gnome nose or gonk noses, and wood beads work great for that. These are just some raw wood beads that I got from Amazon. They are linked in my shop, but Dollar Tree has a great source of wood beads now as well. Now, for the top of the hat, I thought it'd be fun to do a little pom-pom. And so I just take some Dollar Tree twine, and I'm just wrapping that around 3 fingers until I think it's about right. I take that loop. Then I tie it onto the existing twine I had where I tied off the top of the hat. And this is going to make just a very kind of wild, rustic, jute twine pom-pom for the top, which was kind of what I was going for. I kind of want to disguise the top to make it look cuter. So I'm also going to trim off any excess sock up there as well, trying to get like a pointy tip at the end of our hat. Now, once I get it arranged, I just give it a quick trim because it was a little bit too wild. But that looks kind of fun, right? Okay, now it's time to put this guy together. So the wood beads work great. You just want to hide the hole like underneath the brim of the hat. And then that way the other hole will be kind of pointed down towards the gnome so that you can't see it and it kind of looks like a nose. Now, this is the mop head from the Dollar Tree. I'm just going to start pulling out some of the mop head fibers. They're super easy to pull out from the plastic top. And this gnome is going to be our girl gnome. So trying to figure out how long her hair should be. And we're going to cut down some pieces. Now, I was thinking braids would be like a very easy hairstyle for her, right? So that would work perfect if I just used 3 of the mop head fibers. They're nice and thick, so I think that's going to be plenty of hair for her. And just gluing them underneath the sock cap. Kind of just sandwiching that in there in between the 2 socks. And then just a simple braid is all that's going to need for a cute little hairstyle. So we're going to go ahead and do 3 here on the other side as well. Just securing it in there with some hot glue. Then we're just going to braid it. Super easy. And isn't that a very quick, easy DIY for St. Patrick's Day? This would be really fun to create with any little ones that are going to be out of school now. I can't believe it. My son is graduating this week from high school, and so I'm just cleaning out his desk because I'm going to kind of get rid of it. I don't really have the space for it, and it's kind of bittersweet, you know? So I'm just tying off her braid with a little bit of twine and just making a little bow in it. You could always use a rubber band as well, however you want it to look. And then we just braid the other side and tie that off as well. Just make sure you give yourself enough twine so it's a little bit easier to tie there. And she's looking super cute. I give her a little trim there at the end of her hair. And I think she is really cute. I do want to kind of disguise the tip of the hat, though. Like where the sock is, just to put a little bit more decoration up there. And I found these at the Target dollar spot. They're actually bicycle charms. And they're little blue and red plastic stars. I figured since they were supposed to go on, you know, bicycle spokes, I could just put that on the twine. And probably easier said than done. I do attempt it, though. I'm like, surely I can just put it on there and it'll stay, right? I do go back and end up gluing those just because I want to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. And this first DIY is complete. All we need to do now is to make the boy gnome. Do you guys decorate a lot for the 4th of July? It's one of my favorite holidays to decorate for. I kind of go all out, you know, it's summer and it's halfway, you know, to Christmas. I love decorating for Christmas, so I kind of go crazy with 4th of July too. So I just use the part of the sock that I cut off before as reference. So we'll make this gnome hat a lot smaller, so we'll start out smarter here. And again, I just kind of tie off the cut end, trying to make it look like a pointy top to the hat. And I love that I only had to buy 1 pair of socks. That's kind of why I went with these at Target instead of getting some at Dollar Tree. But you know what? If they were like, you know, stars and stripes together, still would be really cute. I do kind of like that this kind of gives me the mirror image of each one. And I only had to buy 1 pair of socks because usually to get that, you know, you would have to buy like 2 pairs of socks and then you end up with 2 extra socks. So that looks good. They're about the same size. They're kind of sitting the same way. I'm trying to like play with like the weighting of the OxiClean that we put in the bottom to make sure they stand right. And then I'm going to give this one a quick little pom-pom on top as well. Just by the twine around the 3 fingers. And then I left the twine on there so that I could tie that off to the top. You know, I recently found pom-pom makers at the Dollar Tree in a couple different sizes. Haven't tried them out yet, though. I wonder if they really make it easier because, you know, making a pom-pom like that is pretty easy anyway. But I'll have to give it a go. So same as before, I just kind of spaced that out and cut off the tip of that. And then we're going to glue on the little wood nose. Now, building him is going to be a little bit different, of course, because he's going to have a beard instead of the lovely braids. He's super cute. And so I'm going to use the mop fibers as well. And I'm just going to kind of go all over. So I'm going to go to the left and the right of his nose, underneath his nose. You know, he's going to have a big gnome beard. You know, one of you guys told me that these, when you can't see their eyes, they're actually called gonks. I always try to remember that because that was something that I totally didn't know. There's about enough room over there for like 4 of the little mop fibers. And so then I'm going to do the same thing by gluing 4 here on the other side right underneath the hat. And I love a good gonk or gnome DIY. I think they're so cute. I made a giant Uncle Sam gnome in one of my previous videos, one of my Coastal Patriotic videos. You'll have to check that out if you haven't seen it. So cute. It's one of my favorites. So then I just do 4 in the middle, right underneath of his nose. And of course that made that a little bit longer. I was trying to decide exactly how I wanted to trim his beard. I kind of like it a little bit longer in the middle, but I don't want it to like kind of get in the way of anything. But I am going to kind of give it that like shorter on the sides look, just to make it hang better. And I'm not going to leave it like that. You know, it worked for the girl gnome because I was going to make braids. But for this one, I wanted to look fuller. So I just go in and untie all of the mop fibers. And it's going to make it look big and curly. I think there's like 4 fibers in each one. I found that the easiest way was to untie it into 2 and then untie each of the 2. But try not to pull too hard on it like that because you might just pull them right off. Because you're going to want to make sure every single one of those fibers is hot glued down as well. And that's basically it for these little sock gnomes. I think they're so cute for the 4th of July. Very patriotic. I do give him a final trim once I get it all unwound to make it look better. And then I'm going to give him a couple of those little bicycle charms on top of his hat too to make him match his missus. And there it is, his and her. Aren't they cute? I'm just starting to get my 4th of July decorations out, but I'm trying not to go too crazy with it because I'm expecting a lot of company this week and I have to sleep lots of people around here. So this is how they turned out. I think they're so cute. And that's how they look all together. I love them. Okay, the next DIY is Home of the Brave. I saw this sign at Kirkland's. Of course, it was super expensive, and I thought, you know what? I bet Canva and we could do the same thing. So I used that inspiration. I went in, I found the lyrics to the song, and you know what? I am just going to paste it into Canva, just kind of giving you a behind the scenes how I design things in Canva. And I do still have this saved, so I will try to share the printable file below, and so that you can recreate this sign. I did like a cursive, and I went in and I even made it all like lowercase, kind of like Kirkland's did. And then I just went in and put in a silhouette of the United States. And then we're going to make it say like Home of the Brave, kind of like they did, choosing similar font. So look at that, a little Canva mini class for you. I'm getting a lot better at Canva. It's definitely a learning curve, especially when you know, we didn't have anything like this when we were in school. I sound so old when I tell my son that we didn't have like the internet when I was in college. It makes me feel old too, you know what I mean? So let's take this Dollar Tree sign. I liked the size. I thought this would work well. It did have this little pop out on the front, which was kind of weird, but it's just kind of like glued on cardboard. So just peeled it right off. Look what was underneath of it. The same thing. So what I did is I printed out the image that we designed on cardstock. I thought that would hold up a little bit better, but you could probably do paper as well. And I just cut it with my paper cutter to get some straight edges. And we're just going to Mod Podge that right over. I think it's that with the thick cardstock and the dark colors, it shouldn't have any problem covering up what was on the existing sign. And I printed it just the right size. And so I just Mod Podge that down. I'm just using my brayer to kind of like smooth that out a little bit. And this was a really fun, easy dupe to make. I really like it. It's very patriotic. Love the colors. Very 4th of July. And then the sides need to kind of be painted. I kind of needed like a navy color. Don't really have a navy color, but we're going to try to maybe use some blue, mix some black in there. We'll make our own navy color because the only thing I really need to paint are the sides to kind of make them go with the front of that. And I will Mod Podge the top of that as well, but just going to go ahead and paint the brown sides of the sign just to kind of make it match in. And we have a really cute little Kirkland's dupe using a sign from the Dollar Tree. I like using my printer. Sometimes I feel like I don't use it enough, but I always try to save my files like this so that I can share them with you in case you want to recreate. So Mod Podging now over the top. I did give it a little bit of time to dry, trying to get it on there with like no bubbles or anything like that. And I usually have pretty good luck with cardstock. So I just went over that with Mod Podge, gave it a good dry. It looks like there's a little bubbling there at the bottom, but it actually went on pretty flat. It's kind of an optical illusion. I do go in with Mod Podge in the opposite direction and give it another coat. And here it is, our little home of the Brave sign. I think it's so cute. What do you guys think about this cute little Kirkland's dupe? They can make it, then I might try copying it. Okay, are you ready for another patriotic 4th of July DIY? This one's gonna be super easy. So I found this great planter at Dollar Tree. It says Celebrate Summer. And then I just picked up red and blue flowers and some floral foam. This is a quick, easy decoration if you're having a 4th of July party, or if you just want something cute to sit next to your front door or outside. Just a little taste of a 4th of July. And it says Celebrate Summer, so you know what? You could probably leave it up year-round. Now, I didn't really care what the flowers were. I just wanted them to be red and blue. And so I just cut the foam down to size, and then we're just cutting apart the flowers. The red ones that I could find at my Dollar Tree were just the carnations. And I just cut them all apart with my floral scissors from the Dollar Tree and just kind of arrange them in there. Not a professional at that. And then these are lilacs, but they're actually pretty blue, less purple. And I thought those would be really cute because they're tall and kind of skinnier. They can like kind of peek out. And then this blue one was irises. So I thought it'd be fun to maybe kind of mix up some different flowers. And how easy is this? This is so inexpensive and really screams a 4th of July. And this would be a really cute gift for someone as well. And here it is. I told you it was going to be easy. a little celebrate summer planter with some red and blue flowers. You know, you could get some white flowers in there too. That would look really cute too. But I love those planters like that from the Dollar Tree. They're so cute. And I love it when they're already decorated perfectly like that, right? Okay, let's do another one. I love these wooden rulers from the Dollar Tree. They're great for making stuff. Now, you could use these wood rulers. You could also use some of the craft wood from the Dollar Tree. But I'm thinking these would be cheaper because you get 2 of them for $1.25, right? So all you have to do is peel off the little plastic stickers on these and you get a great piece of wood. It does have a hole in it, which I don't really want these to have holes in them. So I will show you how we kind of get rid of that. But I thought we could just put these rulers together and make a really simple ruler flag for the 4th of July. They were kind of red and blue already, right? And at first I thought, you know, with the holes, I would just like alternate like the holes on the left and the right. But then I decided that I really didn't want any holes in my flag at all. So I end up not using that, but just trying to figure out exactly how many of these I want to use. And I want it to look, you know, rectangular like a flag. So I don't want to use too many and make it look square shaped. So I'm thinking that's going to work, which is a total of 6. And I just flip them all over the same way. I can just go in and fill the holes up. Now for the back of them, to brace them, I'm just going to use some jumbo popsicle sticks. They have a little ridge that kind of sticks up on the front in between the 2 stickers. And I'm actually going to make that the back, so the front of it will be flat. So I just hot glue a jumbo popsicle stick on each side to make 2 easy little braces, and these were just the right size. Then for a little bit of stability, I do add another one right there in the middle. And we have a super cute little ruler flag. Now you could paint those before you put it together, but I kind of wanted to build mine first and then paint the flag design on there. But this is me just filling up all of those holes with a little bit of spackle. I thought that was probably the best solution, and I did put a popsicle stick back there, so I kind of have a back, so I have an area that I can fill up with the spackle. Now I'm just going to start using some painter's tape to kind of block off the top square here where I can do like the star part of the American flag. Super easy. And I'm just going to use some chalk paint in the color of ocean, kind of a traditional blue color, not too navy, a little bit brighter. And we're just going to paint that square right up there blue. And then we can go back and add some stars to that. Once I get that all painted and dry, then we can start working on the stripes. All I'm going to have to do is use some painter's tape and tape this off, and we can have some cute little flag stripes on this. So you know what? You can kind of make a flag out of anything. I love the idea of using rulers. It's really fun. I'm just going to tape right over the blue area that we painted before to protect that. Here on the bottom and on the side. Now I wanted to have white and red stripes, so I just go over the whole thing first with some ivory to give a nice ivory background, and that's also going to serve as our white stripes on there. So kind of just going all over with that. Give it a quick dry, and then we can kind of start marking it off with some painter's tape to give it some stripes. You can make your flag accurate with the right amount of stars and stripes, but you could also kind of just do your own thing, like I'm doing here, just to make it work. So I went over mine first with some white paint and then red. That way if I had any bleeding, it would bleed white and not necessarily red. And that worked pretty well. I was able to get some nice crisp lines here. I'm going to remove all of the painter's tape. Super quick, easy little flag. Now we just need stars. You can always use your Cricut for this. I'm just going to use a white paint pen and go in there and just start drawing stars on there. I just want something kind of sweet and cute for the 4th of July. And I do want them to be kind of like staggered like they are on a flag. So I kind of space them out like that. I can fit about 5 across, and then I just kind of put a star in between each one. So it's going to go like 5 stars, 4 stars, 5 stars, 4 stars, all the way down until we fill it in. And a star is a pretty easy shape. You just draw a star on. It pretty much fills it all in if you're using a thick enough paint pen like that. And I think it's looking really cute. Now I kind of just wanted to distress it. You know me. I'm going to use some Antique Wax by Waverly and a chunky brush. And I kind of go in from the sides. Then I'm going to distress all over just a little bit. I just kind of want it to look old and weathered and worn. I love that look. One of y'all commented the other day that you do not like the distressing, and sorry, Charlie, I love it. So I am just wiping off any of the excess with a baby wipe. Just gives it so much character, I think. And now it's time to make a hanger. I'm just going to use some twine. We are going to flip it over, but first probably should make sure that it's dry. And then I'm just going to tie some knots in the twine and use my staple gun to staple that to the back. I think I have enough thickness there between the popsicle stick and the ruler to staple that on for an easy hanger. And that's all there is to it. We have a Dollar Tree wood ruler flag. Super easy DIY and really fun to put together. What do you guys think about this one? I think it's really cute and sweet. It's definitely very a classic Americana. I think it looks great with the distressing. Kind of makes it look very vintage. Okay, the next DIY, I picked up these little ceramic coasters at Dollar Spot for $3. I liked that they were round, and I thought they'd be really easy to DIY. So I went and I used my Cricut print and cut feature and printed out these cute little patriotic gnomes just on some cardstock, and then used the print to cut. It cut them out perfectly. So I think I have these images, so I'll try to share these images below if you would like to recreate. But this is going to be so easy. All I did was put Mod Podge down. We're going to lay down our little patriotic gnomes. And I love a good seasonal coaster, so I thought these would be perfect. Aren't they cute? I found this image on Canva, I believe, and I am going to Mod Podge it probably more than you think, because I do want it to be sealed so that I can actually use these for some patriotic coasters. I'm always looking for a fun idea for coasters. I've used sublimation in the past, but this is a great way that you can do it with just a printer. And if you don't have a Cricut to do the print and cut, you could always just cut them out yourself. But wasn't that easy? And you can get some really cute coasters at Dollar Tree anymore. I know they have the wood slice ones, but definitely a fun option. Wasn't that easy? I love a good easy DIY, and I love the colors. I think these are so cute. Hey guys, I wanted to take a quick moment and tell you about my private Facebook group. I have it linked below. You should come join us over on Facebook. You're going to love seeing how creative all the crafty beach bums are. I also have a Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest. And my handle is Crafty Beach on YouTube on any and all of those. Okay, let's keep crafting. I found this very sparkly USA American flag truck at Dollar Tree, and I kind of want to make it my own. So first thing I'm going to do is just start taking it apart. Don't want glitter on mine. I want it to look very kind of vintage, retro, you know, kind of like the shape of the truck. So I just removed both of the hubs there from the truck and the hanger. And you know what? We're going to recreate this on the back and kind of make it our own. I thought we could fill the back of it up with some of those craft board stars that I showed you there instead of the American flag that was on there before. So you know what? It doesn't have to be this sign. You could recreate this with any of the wood trucks from Dollar Tree, even like the plain ones from the Crafter Square. Now, this is pretty easy to cut through this Dollar Tree signs. So I'm just using like an X-Acto blade and kind of cutting through it, trying to get all of the flag off to give me kind of just like a flat back there in the bed of our truck. Now, what we're going to make with this is we're going to make a patriotic little red truck wreath. It turned out really cute. So I don't really need the hanger in there. So I just filled that up with a little bit of spackle, and we can get started decorating this truck. I just didn't want mine to be all red and glitz. So we're going to kind of start just DIYing the truck on the other side. I just used the cap off paint just because I needed something because I didn't trust my ability to draw a perfect circle. But I'm just using my black paint pen, and we're just going to go ahead and draw on some tires. And if you leave it as is on the other side, you can just flip it over, use it for reference, kind of see what the truck should look like if you want to do a hand-painted one like this. So that's why you keep seeing me flip it. I'm just using an ink pen to kind of like draw on some wheels for this as well, because I do want it to have some details, even though I'm kind of starting on that plain side. So I do kind of want them to look metallic, and I have this like metallic silver paint pen that I am just going to use to kind of color in the rest of that. Do you guys, I hate it when my paint pens dry out. I find that I don't use them sometimes before they dry out. So you know what? We're just going to kind of go in here with some gray paint. We'll make it work. And a tiny brush. That worked way better. I did want it to be metallic, but whatever. So we painted our little metal rims on, and then I can go back in there with the black paint pen and color like the little triangular cutouts in there. And this little truck turned out so cute. I love the final result here. So now I'm like, okay, let's go ahead and kind of draw it back on. So they had lines on there, and I'm just trying to replicate them for like the door. Had a little handle, had a little line there, a little line there. So any details that you think are really important, just draw back on. And I think that the black paint pen will still show up when I go in to paint my little red truck. I'm going to paint mine red too. And I didn't really kind of have the color that I wanted. So I'm mixing some like red with some Antique Wax by Waverly, because I really kind of wanted kind of a classy maroon shade. I think that looks really pretty. And see how you can see the black paint pen under it, so you can still see the details of the little truck. So I'm just going all over the portions I can, trying to avoid the tires. Just painted those, don't want to mess those up. So I'm just going to switch to a smaller brush and finish painting this. I love the colors. I love how this one turned out. And it's just an easy way. You can take one of these Dollar Tree signs that might be a little bit too glitz and glam, and you can make it look very farmhouse, very rustic, which I would say rustic is how this ends up. And I'm going to go in and paint the back of our little sparkly hubs. Are they hubs? Trying to think of what these things are called. I always forget all my truck parts on here. Now I want to decorate the door of mine, and I found these great little gold rub-on things from the Dollar Tree. And I thought it would be really cute if I had like USA like on the door. Sometimes these things work great. You peel and stick. And then I'm rubbing mine with a popsicle stick. And this one actually went on really well. I don't know if it's like maybe the age of them, because sometimes I really have to scrape, put it back down, scrape. This one came off pretty good though. Super cute. And then we can go back in here and put our little truck back together. This one needed maybe a little bit of sanding because, you know, that part was glued down before. So I want that to look nice and good. I'm going to glue it down with a combo of wood glue and hot glue because I am going to make this into a wreath. So want this to be durable, inside or outside. And then just glue that back on. I think this truck looks so much better, like hand painted. It looks just so much more high end, I think. And then we're gonna do the same thing here with the other one. Super cute. Now what we need to do is work on the bed of the truck. Before they had an American flag sticking out of the back, which would be cute. You could attach like one of those little American flags from the Dollar Tree. I wanted to make it like a truck bed of stars though. You know your girl's gonna distress at first though, right? So I use like an ivory and a chunky brush, just distressing it all in one direction. Sanding it a little bit as well. Just want it to kind of look old, have lots of character. Kind of also distressing over like the USA part and stuff too. It really brings out like all of the edges of all the different parts. And then these are the stars I was talking about. I think these things are so cute. I love these little cutout craft wood pieces from the Dollar Tree, and I thought it'd be really cute to have like just a bunch of stars in the back. But I kind of need to do like a bed of the truck, and so I thought like one of these little dowels from the Dollar Tree and maybe a popsicle stick would do the trick. But I do kind of want to stain them, so I'm just going to go over that raw wood with some antique wax by Waverly just to give them a little bit of character, and then we can put this together. I kind of cut off like any kind of structure I had back there because I need something that I'm going to be able to attach to the stars to. So we're just going to flip it over. Here's my little stained dowel. I was able to find some really large dowels at my Crafter Square at Dollar Tree the other day. I couldn't believe it. I've never seen them there. They were so cool. And then I just trimmed, you know, the dowel down to size, and now I'm just using scissors to cut the popsicle stick just to make some little brackets to hold it on. And then it's just a matter of putting it together. I'm just going to use hot glue to glue our little brackets on. And then we can glue the dowel on the front part of those like that. And it just gave us a fun little side to the back of our pickup truck. But it's also going to be functional because it's going to help me to attach the stars there in the back of the truck. Kind of like that. We can kind of pile them up. I do want to paint some of them just to make them colorful. So haven't really used blue on this yet. So I'm just going to use some ocean chalk paint, and we're just going to kind of stain these. You kind of have to be careful with these because they are made out of like a cardboard substance. You don't want to get them too wet. So be, you know, use your paint sparingly on those. But I love the fact that they have all different like cutouts, a little bit different styles. So I just did 3 of them in the blue color, and we'll leave the rest of them in brown because that will kind of match. You know how we kind of stained the back of the truck there with the antique wax by Waverly too. So I just flip it over, and then we can just use hot glue, and we can start gluing those to that rack. just by using some points of the stars. So it'll look like, you know, that the stars are like in the bed of the little patriotic truck. So the little popsicle sticks act as a brace, but they also serve another purpose here because it gives me a point where I can glue my stars on. So I do 4 across. I kind of like mixing up the colors between the brown and the blue. And then we can pile a few more here on top just by kind of gluing them to each other. Super cute little pickup truck. And then this is the wreath that we're going to use to display it on. This is a grapevine wreath from the Dollar Tree. It's not too large, but I think it's going to go really nicely on there. I think it like matches the vibe of the truck. And then I also wanted to do a patriotic bow. I picked this patriotic bow up at Dollar General. I'm sure you could get the same one at Dollar Tree. But I don't really like how bright it is, so I am going to update it a little bit. But I think my truck is ready to go, so I just glue that onto the wreath. I thought about adding some patriotic like berries to that, like red or blue berries to the wreath, but I kind of left it plain. I kind of liked it like that. So the red from our flag ribbon was just too red. So we're going to give this a little makeover. It turned out so cute. I used that same red color that we used, that darkened red color that we used to paint the truck. That way it'll be just the perfect color. And I'm just going over the red stripes, like the flag stripes on the bow. I don't really care if I'm getting some paint on the white stripe in the middle because I'm going to kind of update that as well. I am going to leave like the star part of the bow as is. But for the middle part, I'm going to use some of this burlap ribbon from the Dollar Tree. It's like the burlap and like string, I guess. Doesn't really matter. They have like lots of patterns of this. This is the one with like the little like O shape all the way across it. And then I just hot glue that on the top of the ribbon for the white stripe. And I think that's going to add a lot of character to this little bow, this cheap little bow from Dollar General. And now it's just a matter of putting it back together. So it's got like kind of like a bread tie on there. I'm going to replace it with some twine. I think that's going to look a little bit better. So I just tie it off with some twine. Kind of reforming the bow, making sure everything is even. And I love this bow. I'm kind of glad that it didn't match before because I think it just turned out so cute looking in the end. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. You could leave just the twine in the middle. I decided to take another piece of that burlap ribbon though and just do the center part of the bow too. Just add a little bit more color there. Isn't that cute? I love it. So now it's just a point of putting it all together. I kind of want to tie it off over to the side. And I left the twine on there from when I tied it off so that I could tie that to the grapevine wreath. And you can kind of see the USA truck there on the back, how it looked before and how it looks now. I really love how this one turned out. So easy. And here it is, our little patriotic little red truck with a truck full of stars. And a great use for that one of those little USA rub-ons. I always buy those and then I end up only not using very many of them. So cute. This could be like great for your entryway. You could even put this on your front door. Okay, this DIY is going to be quick and easy. We're going to DIY one of these bags from the Dollar Tree. I like what it says. It says stars, stripes, and summer nights. And I thought this would make a really cute, quick, easy 4th of July sign. This would be great for a party, but it's also going to be a great outdoor sign because this plastic bag is made out of like a durable, like weatherproof material. So I'm just cutting the front part off of the sign, trying to keep as much of the image as I can. but kind of have to remove any of like the straps or anything like that. I just wanted you to be able to read the whole thing, and it's got like fireworks all over. Now to frame it out, I'm just using some of those 5-gallon paint stir sticks from Dollar Tree. You could use, not Dollar Tree, Walmart. You could use whatever you have. You could use craft wood from Dollar Tree. These are nice and long, so I thought these would work out perfectly. I am just going to cut them down to size. Since this is such a big sign, pretty much it's the entire stir except for the handle for the top and the bottom with some shorter pieces on the side. And I'm going to frame it out, but I'm going to kind of like hide the frame, like behind the plastic bag. And so now it's just a matter of putting it together. You guys know I love crafting with any kind of sign from the Dollar Tree. They have some really cute stuff. And I am just using wood glue because I'm going to hang this outside. I kind of wanted it to hold up. Not sure if that was the right kind of glue to use, but you know what? We're going to make it work. So I glue that. As you can see, I just cut the other pieces to kind of fit in between. Like that. Now, since I did not use hot glue, I used wood glue. I found at this point it was a little bit unsecure. So to make it stronger, I'm just going to go in with a stapler, and at all 4 joints, we're just going to kind of staple those together, forming a very simple frame for the back of our sign. Now that we have that all framed out, I'm just going to go around all of the edges and trim off the excess like plastic. Now I thought it kind of needed a frame, to frame it out a little bit. And so I thought some of this blue and white gingham from ribbon from Dollar Tree would look really cute. So we're just going to cut the pieces down. Similar how we did with the 5-gallon sticks, just by cutting each side down. And I thought this would be a quick, easy frame. It really kind of tied the whole thing in together. Now I'm going to use some of this like fabric liquid adhesive for this one to glue that down. Mainly because I didn't want like hot glue to kind of seep through my ribbon and be visible. And I was thinking that this would be a little stronger. I'm not sure if it's equivalent to like the Singer fabric adhesive, but I used that on my outdoor curtains recently to get Velcro to stay on them because they like to fly around in windy Florida, and it seems to hold up really well outside. It's doing great. So we have our little star stripes and summer and night sign. So easy and cute to make. And then it just needs a hanger, so we're just going to flip it over and use some twine to make a simple hanger here for the back. And I just kind of want to center it so it stays put, and I just use hot glue to glue down some twine. And super easy. This would be so cute for a party. If you just wanted a quick, easy patriotic sign for your front door, that would be really cute too. I actually used it like on my front porch next to my front door, like on a sidewall, like above a bench. And I think it turned out really cute. I love that pattern. And they have some really cute gnome bags this year as well that I've picked up to DIY with. Okay, let's do some sublimation just for fun. I want to show you guys how you can make your own 4th of July pillows. I picked up these pillow covers on Amazon. I do have them linked in my shop below. I believe, I'll double check that. And then I thought we could make our own patriotic pillows with sublimation. I have an Epson like large printer that I converted for sublimation. I think I have that available in my Amazon shop as well. Sublimation is really fun. If you haven't seen it or done it, I really love it because you can make your own stuff. Usually you need to do sublimation like on a lighter color, polyester. These are special 100% polyester pillow covers. And they sell them for sublimation, kind of a sublimation blank. But I'm going to show you how you can also use some items from Dollar General as well. Now Now, the reason I cut it up into smaller pieces is because I don't have like a large heat press. I just have my Cricut Easy Press, and so I kind of have to piece it together and make it work. Now, I am using a heat mat. I did put a piece of paper inside the pillowcase because it will sublimate all the way through on the other side, which can mess up the other side of the pillow. And I am using this special heat tape that I get on Amazon to secure that to it. That will hold up with the heat. And then I like to cover mine with a little copy paper first to protect my Easy Press from getting all of the ink on it as well. But sublimation, basically, it gets the ink really hot, sublimates into the fabric, and it makes a permanent design on there. So it's really fun. Now, this one I designed land that I love, and I did like a silhouette of the United States. And then I put a star everywhere our family has lived, just for fun. We lived in Missouri, we've lived in Pennsylvania, back to Missouri, and now good old Florida. So Florida's red because that's where we're at now. And it's always fun to kind of personalize your DIYs because, hey, why not? You can, right? Now, you do want to kind of avoid the zipper when you're doing sublimation. But I think that turned out really cute. What do you guys think about that one? I wanted to do like some patriotic like sayings, pictures. But you can also use like free printable stuff that you find online. Basically anything that you want, you can print it out on a sublimation printer. And it's just like a t-shirt print. You want to reverse it when you print it out. So you print everything out like reverse. And I kind of want this one to be two-sided. So now I'm going to go in and do the same thing here on the other side. And I'm just using standard temp and time on my sublimation, which is 400 degrees for 1 minute. I try not to overlap too much with my heat when I do it because I find that you do get some ghosting. Sometimes some weird stuff happens. But I hate that I have to break it up into smaller parts because I do have a large format printer, so I can print really big stuff like this. I probably need to invest in a heat press. It's just those things are so big, I don't know where the heck I would put them, right? And that's what I mean when you press it twice. Sometimes you can get a little bit of fading in color, so I should have been more careful with that bottom one. But I'm just going to go ahead and put a pillow inside, and this one's going to be ready to go. You know, for Christmas and, was it Valentine's Day? Dollar Tree had some pillow covers, kind of similar, like seasonal pillow colors, which was great. I haven't seen any, though, for the 4th of July. Have you guys seen any? And I'm also protecting my little mat because with some wax paper, because I have sublimated right on that too. Now, this is another cheaper option. I picked up this pillow at Dollar General for $5, and it said 100% polyester, so I thought this might work, but it is a pillow that, like, I can't really take the insert out of. So, you know what? We're going to try it, see if it works. I found this image online, God Bless America. I think this was just a free printable. I don't think this was anything that I made. And I had to cut it in two, of course, because my Cricut heat press is not that big. Cover it with some copy paper, and then I'm just gonna, I was worried about the pressure, so I just pushed down with my Cricut Easy Press for 1 minute at 400 degrees. And as you can see, I was crossing my fingers because I was like, I don't know if this is gonna work because it's not flat. But you know what? It actually worked pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and put the bottom part on here so that I have it lined up bright. And then I can go ahead and remove the paper here on top. It turned out pretty good. And we're just going to say God Bless America on this one with a little flag heart, which I'm going to try to protect with some paper as well. Because again, I'm going to have to go in there and kind of smush this down. I'm always trying to find something to do sublimation on, so I'm always reading tags, looking for 100% polyester, because how fun is that, right? It did kind of make some dents in there from me pushing down the heat press, but I'm sure those will come out all on their own. And I might as well do the other side. I found another like patriotic printable. Pretty easy to find that kind of stuff online. If you search for like free printable, if you don't want to design it yourself. And this was like a whole page, so I just kind of cut it in half. And we're going to do half at a time and kind of make a two-sided pillow. But this one's going to have like different thing on each side. You know, you could do this for 2 different holidays and just turn it, you know, from spring to Easter or something like that. But super fun. So I wanted to throw this in there because these were patriotic and sublimation's really fun. Now, if you want to buy, I think some people like maybe on Etsy, you can buy images like people have already printed out on sublimation paper. If you don't want to go as far as getting a printer and converting it and stuff like that, it can be kind of expensive to get it all set up. You can probably just buy the images and do sublimation yourself. But we got all of that on there. And the Pledge of Allegiance. Aren't these cute? So this is the pillow cover that I got on Amazon. And I've made these for a couple different holidays. I've made them for like St. Patrick's Day, 4th of July. Super cute. I love the brown. It kind of looks burlappy. Kind of looks coastal to match my home. But look, the Dollar General one turned out super cute as well. Even though I couldn't really take the insert out, I was impressed with how well it turned out. And the last one that we did too. Look at all the different colors. That's one thing I like about sublimation compared to using your Cricut for vinyl and stuff, because you can mix all these colors together with one thing. So just a fun little sublimation DIY for you guys. Okay, this one's really fun. What I did was I picked up some red, white, and blue flowers. The white ones were roses. Irises were the blue ones. The red ones were mums. And then I'm just taking a rectangular sign from Dollar Tree. It can be any sign you've got, because I basically am going to cover the whole thing up with flowers. Now, I thought it would be really fun to try to do like a creative flag sign, but only using like Dollar Tree flowers. So I thought for like the white stripes of the flag, we could do like these little faux white roses. And then, you know, I'm also going to have like red lines. We're going to do that with mums. And of course, I'm not going to be going all the way over because I still like want like the blue part of the flag. So I'm just kind of like loose arranging them around, and I'm seeing what is going to fit on this side sign. Doesn't that look cool? And then it is super easy to put this together. I am just using the back of that sign, and I did try to trim off a little bit of the greenery at the bottom, but I kind of glue it in there kind of at an angle where I can get a little bit more contact with the board. But I'm not cutting them short enough where it's going to make like the flower fall apart, I hope. Just cutting those down a bit, and then I am just going to do a row of hot glue and a row of red flowers. I want them to kind of overlap on the bottom so that you don't really see any of the board showing through in the final project. And that one I probably did cut too short because it did fall apart, didn't it? So there we go. Replaced that one. So be careful when you cut them, because I know that happens a lot with Dollar Tree flowers. So then I just kind of quit trimming them and just kind of went at an angle. This time I'm going the opposite direction with the white roses, kind of tucking those down underneath the petals of the red one to form our white stripe. And these are a little bit smaller flower than the red mums, but that's okay. They don't have to be like the same. but it's totally going to give us the colors and the stripes, the vibes like an American flag. And so the red stripe's going to go all the way across too. And as you can see, I'm just not trimming it, but I am going back the same direction that I did with the white ones, kind of tucking it underneath the white ones so I can kind of go a little bit at an angle. And again, I don't want any of that board to show through, but this was a vertical sign and we're just going to convert it over to a horizontal sign with this. So 2 more rows is going to be perfect. So we need to do some white and some red to do that. And then we'll finish up the rest of the sign with the blue flowers. This was really fun to make and really a fun summer DIY that is going to be patriotic. This would be great for, Memorial Day coming up, but it's going to be great for 4th of July as well. When I get here, I was worried that you're going to be able to see the sign above, but I'm going to try to arrange it where that won't be the case. And again, I'm kind of going in at the same angle that we did all of the other ones, except for the bottom row. We kind of went the opposite direction. So I want enough just to leave that little square up in the top left corner for the blue part. And then we'll fill that in with the blue flowers. If you wanted to get really creative, you could even maybe work in some of that white baby's breath for stars from the Dollar Tree. But I think blue is going to be good for what I'm going for. And I thought this would be a really cute little sign just for my kitchen on the side of my cabinets. Now, I could notice that you could kind of still see the top of the sign. So I just have a few more pieces of the red one that fell apart from earlier, so might as well use them. And I'm just going to take those petals and just kind of glue in any areas that you could see any of the board. And it'll all kind of blend in with the flowers below them. Looking pretty cute. I think the only thing we really have left to do on this is to make a hanger on the back so that we can hang this up. So I'm just going to flip it over, use some Dollar Tree twine, and I'm just going to use hot glue to secure that to the back. Just an easy hanger. It's not a very heavy sign with those flowers on there. And I think this turned out really cute. What do you guys think about my little flower flag? It's definitely creative. This would look really cute on your front door for 4th of July as well. It's definitely bright and summery, and it definitely gives you that patriotic feel. I love it. Okay, you ready for another one? This one's gonna be quick and easy. I thought we could combine some of these little flag banners from the Dollar Tree with some of their little block stars. I wanted to do a star and a stripe star. They sell these at the home design stores, and they're ridiculously expensive and so easy to make. So these are fabric, actually, these little pennants from the Dollar Tree. So I just turn them over, just draw on the back of them with a marker so I'll know how big to cut these out. This is going to be so easy. We're just going to cover one of those little chunky wood stars from the Crafter Square at Dollar Tree with the star fabric and one with the striped fabric. And they would be cute just sitting anywhere. It's just going to give you a little dose of patriotic stars. Now, the designs are kind of big, so you're not going to get a lot of stripes or a lot of stars on there. But I think it turned out really cute. And I kind of did the stripes on this one at an angle just for fun. And now all we have to do is attach those to our little wood blocks. You don't have to cover up the hole or anything because the fabric is going to cover that up. And I just secured mine with hot glue. The fabric was rather thick. You could use Mod Podge if you wanted to. This is a failed. I tried to do some sublimation on that one, so I might as well cover that up with some fabric. And that turned out super cute. I think it was really easy. Now, On the sides, you could like paint them blue and red, or just leave them natural like that. I think I'm going to leave them natural. I did want to rough mine up a little bit though, so I did take a little bit of sandpaper block and I just went around the edges and kind of roughed up the fabric. I kind of wanted it to look old and frayed, and I think it gave it just a little bit more character, and this is how they turned out. Our little stars and stripe stars. Just a very quick, easy, patriotic DIY for you. And I just kind of put these on my entryway, just sprinkled them amongst anything. It makes it look patriotic. Okay, this is going to be a fun one. I'm going to use one of those little America patriotic yard stakes of the gnome from the Dollar Tree, and 2 of these little bamboo cutting boards. Now, it looks like he's singing to me, so I was thinking, you know, he's singing America, America. I can see him singing it, right? And so I thought we would make this look like a little songbook, where it is like an open book that you can read like a song out of with him singing over on one side, is kind of what I was thinking. And so I just took the stake off the back of this thing, and I'm just trying to get rid of any tabs or anything back there that is going to make it like not lay great. But I really don't want to leave like any sharp edges or anything like that. But he's just about the right size for one of these bamboo cutting boards, and I want it to be kind of like that. Now, I didn't have any hinges or anything like that, or any kind of bracket to secure it like that, so you'll see I display it like that, but I don't really actually attach them together. Now, I went on my Cricut, and then I found the words to this song, America the Beautiful, and then I cut that out with my Cricut to go on the other sign. And I'm going to do like a combination of red and white with vinyl on this. Not 100% sure if I saved this on Cricut. I will check. If I did, I will share that Cricut file as well. But I just went and got like the verses to the song that you would sing after America, America. And I cut those out. I did it like a cursive font. I did white on all the words. And it's just a matter of weeding that out. I'm using my favorite paper transfer paper for this. I get that on Amazon, and I have that listed in my Amazon shop below. I love it. And we're just going to go ahead and put the vinyl straight on the cutting board. Just trying to make sure everything is staying down. We got a lot of letters there. Kind of down here so that I can do like America, America on top. And that looks pretty good. Just fold this down and peel it off. And make sure all of our vinyl stayed down. I was kind of using some cheaper vinyl on this, so it's not the best, but I think we've about got it. Now for the America, America part at the top, I actually cut that out with like 2 different colors, where there'll be an outline behind one. So I'm going to use clear transfer paper for this one so that I can line it up just so. I'm going to weed out like the white background and then just sit like my red letters on top of it. See how that really makes that pop when you add the 2 layers of vinyl together? And then we're going to put that on the top of the song. And that's totally what I see, that cute little patriotic gnome is singing America the Beautiful. So I thought this would be really cute to display together. So just pulling off the transfer paper. And it's definitely the way to go is to line it up like that before. I did lose 1 dot but no big deal. I'm just going to cut a new one. Those periods and punctuations with vinyl can be a pain in the neck. But we got it. Super cute. Now I just kind of want to display this with the little gnome. And again, I didn't have a hinge and I could not find anything that was going to work. And so I just kind of have two signs and I display them together is what I ended up doing. I was worried the metal would not stick too well with hot glue. So I do use a combination of E6000 and hot glue to secure him down. Because metal can be a little bit finicky with that. But be careful because the metal definitely gets hot if you were going to glue that. But they have some really cute little gnomes and the yard stakes. And this is just one idea of how you can use them to make a decoration. Now I was trying to determine how I could possibly stand them up like that. And I decided just to do like a wood block on the back of both of them to make a simple stand. And then I'll just display them like they're an open songbook. The only thing I could come up with. These are the little Jenga blocks from Five Below. You know, I might be too late to get these this year. Every year I get these at Five Below. I think they went up a few dollars last year, but it is a great deal. You get a huge box of wood blocks. So I just glue those onto the back. And again, we'll just stand them like that. And I thought this was super cute, very patriotic. I love personalizing stuff with like Cricut vinyl. So cute. And how cute are those bamboo cutting boards? I've been finding those a lot in my Dollar Trees lately. I always try to grab a stack of them because they're so versatile. They're nice and thick and they make great DIYs. Super cute. Okay, this is a little red truck. Now, this is the version that they have at Dollar General. It was $3 instead of $1.25, but as you can see, it's a lot better than the one from the Dollar Tree. It is no glitter. It's painted really nice. The flag's really cute. It's got like a metal bumper. I think it's worth it. And so I thought we could try to make it into a cute little patriotic planter for 4th of July. Now, I was trying to think, I don't really have two of them to put, you know, on each side of the little wood crates from the Dollar Tree. So I need to kind of make a stand for the back that will be about the same height as the tires. So I decided that the little tiny Jenga blocks from Dollar Tree would work for that, 3 of them. We're about the same size as the tire, and I'm going to use 2 of these little wood crates from the Dollar Tree together to make one long planter box. You could just do the bed of the truck, but I'm going to kind of do the entire truck and make it into a cute little flower box. I do use a combination of wood glue and hot glue on these. And I just stick them together, 3 on top of each other to make 2 little legs for the other side. It's cheaper to do it this way, but you know, if you had another truck, you could put a truck on the other side. But you probably wouldn't be able to see it because it would have to be going like the same direction, you know? So everything would kind of be blocked. And so I kind of want it to blend in. So I'm just going to go in and paint it with like some crimson, red chalk paint, about the same color as the truck, just to kind of make it blend in with the little box and the truck. And just try to clean up any extra glue. Sometimes I use too much glue when I glue those together. I swear, people make so many things out of these little Jenga blocks from a Dollar Tree. It kind of blows my mind. Okay, now it's time to paint our little planter boxes. I don't need to paint everything. That would be a little too much. So I'm only going to paint like the areas that you can see. So you're going to be able to see the back. You're going to be able to see a side. And you're going to be able to see like maybe the top rim. That way when I glue everything else together, it's going to be more secure, I think, if you just glue the raw wood than if you glue like a painted surface. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other one. I'm going to do the end and the back and then just the top. no need to paint it really if you don't need to. And we're just going to put the two together like that, making a longer box. And then we can fill that up with some patriotic flowers. I've done different versions of like the little truck boxes where like for fall, like I've done like the bed of the truck like sticking out towards you. And I've actually taken two of the trucks together and made like a 3D truck for a fall DIY too. Those were super fun to do. And I just glue the two crates together using some Dollar Tree clamps to help that wood glue secure that. I want this to be nice and strong. And I'm going to use wood glue to attach the truck, but also a little hot glue to get it going. That's going to glue it right now. And then the wood glue is going to make this nice and strong. And how cute is that little truck from Dollar General? Sometimes they have some really good finds there as well. I like the addition of like the little metal bumper on the bottom. I think that's so cute. And then we just need to attach the little legs that we did before. And I'm going to use wood glue, hot glue combination, not a whole lot of room. I don't think you're supposed to mix them, so I'm trying to keep them separate if I can. And I'm just gluing those on the back of the boxes, kind of even with the tires to make this a nice level box that'll stand up on its own. It is super cute, but you know what I'm going to do next, right? Yeah, I'm probably going to distress it. Yep. So I'm going to distress it with a chunky brush and some ivory just to give it a little bit of character. It was maybe all 1-2 color for me. And I'm also going to distress my boxes as well because why not? I like it. Okay, I think that looks really good. Now we can fill this with flowers. First, I'm going to use some Dollar Tree foam, and we're going to fill in those little boxes here in the back. So this is just a way that you can use a sign like that, but you can use it for a different purpose. You don't have to use it as a sign for the wall. You can make it into something functional like this. And here are our red, white, and blue flowers from the Dollar Tree. These are already all together like on one strand, red, white, and blue, which is really cool. I found that it wanted to like kind of fall around a little bit. So I decided I better hot glue my foam down. I just want it to be a little bit stronger and I don't want it to tip over when I'm putting the flowers in there. So I can put this outside if I need to. And then I am just going to kind of start arranging the red, white, and blue flowers all around. They're super cute. Some of these just have the flowers like that. Some of them have like the little red, white, and blue like berries. Like this one does. Just kind of whatever you can find. And I just want it to look nice and full. This one's got like different kinds of flowers in there, but there's still the red, white, and blue. So I think that's going to look fun, all the different variety. And I decided against going with the berries, and I tried to just kind of do flowers on this one. And there's always, you just need like maybe one more. No, I need one more. Maybe one more right there. Kind of peeking out from behind the little window of the truck. Or maybe not. Maybe a leaf would be better. And then I just kind of fluff them up. Make sure it's super full. And then I didn't want you to be able to see the foam, so I did take a little of the reindeer moss from Dollar Tree and just kind of worked it all the way around. Just to make sure that you can't see any foam in the final product. Isn't that cute? We have our little red truck, our little freedom truck planter. This would be super cute like on your front porch or back porch patio for the 4th of July. It'd also be really cute, like maybe in your entryway. Or really anywhere. I think it's just so much fun. And if you're really ambitious, you could try to do real plants as well. Now this is going to be quick and easy. This is one of the little Land of the Free Patriotic Gnome garden flags from the Dollar Tree. And I thought we could make a quick, easy little sign with this. I found these little poster hangers at Target Dollar Spot. They're totally not necessary. You could do this with Dollar Tree craft wood. But the little metal clamps on there were very cool. So this was like $3. It's 2 pieces of wood together with a clamp that holds them together. So it's just going to make everything that much easier. But again, if you wanted to use like some Dollar Tree craft wood, I think that would work really well too. You could just glue them together or secure that in some way. And so that's what we're going to do. Now I thought, I like the wood, but I don't really love the finish. And so I thought maybe we could try staining it. And so I'm just going to go over the little poster hanger with some antique wax by Waverly and really bring out that beautiful wood grain on that. And I'm only going to do like the top piece because that's the only one you're going to be able to see. But how cool are these poster hangers? It's like the same exact size as the little garden flag. It kind of gave me that idea that would be a quick, easy way to hang them. I love DIYing with the garden flags from the Dollar Tree because they have such cute ones. With one of my beach videos that I just did recently, I showed how you could also attach them to the wood shelf signs and make like a slatted hanging sign. And that turned out really cute with like the little beach chairs. I have that hanging out in my Florida room right now. And so now that we have them stained, I'm just going to go ahead and try to put this together. These have these little clamps. So I'm going to go ahead and put the flag in first and then the clamp, I think, is the way you're supposed to do it. They are kind of tight, which I guess is good because it's going to make it hold better. And it's just a matter of getting it together. Now, the flags are a little bit wrinkly. It was kind of bothering me, so I thought, let's go in and give it a quick iron. Otherwise, I don't know how long it's going to take for those, wrinkles to, iron their way out of there. I cover it with a little wax paper first, just because I don't know, Dollar Tree fabric tends to melt on me. And I'm just using my Cricut Easy Press to just do a quick iron on that. Just so we can smooth that out a little bit. That's really folded up well in that package. It's just going to make it look better, I think, in the end. And now we can just attach our bottom hanger. And this would be great if you were hanging this outside too. It's going to kind of weigh down the bottom. And so hopefully it will stay put. Super easy, cute little patriotic DIY for the 4th of July. Now, I wanted to kind of hang mine with a string, and so I'm just going to use some twine and kind of feed it through my bracket here. And we can just make a quick, easy little twine hanger that we can hang on the wall. And I kind of hung this in my entryway. I thought it was really cute for the 4th of July. And I just loop that and tie that at the top. And we have a hanger. Now let me show you what this cute little garden flag looks like hanging on my wall in my entryway. So cute. And they just have so many cute designs on these. So don't be afraid to hang them inside your house. Totally cute decor for $1.25. And I really like the poster hangers. I think that is a find. I hope they bring those back this year. Okay, this DIY, I wanted to do kind of like a rag flag. And so I picked up one of these red pillowcases from the Dollar Tree. And I want to rip it into little strips of red that can be stripes for a flag. Kind of wanted this to look very rustic, very kind of old Americana feel. So I'm cutting the pillowcase open. I do leave like the end of the pillowcase with like a seam on it, so that I will have something to hang it with in the end here. See how there is like a seam there at the end? And I just cut like an inch, and then I just tear it all the way up. It's going to give me like that frayed appearance like that, which is what I want. So I just start cutting strips like that all the way across, and then we're just going to tear like the red strips. And this worked really well. Now, I tried to go in and do this with the white pillowcase from the Dollar Tree as well, the white satin one, and it would not rip at all. So I ended up having to use something else for the white stripes, but this red pillowcase from the Dollar Tree totally worked for this. And this is just the one that says like polyester. And I know it like kind of looks like a hot mess right now because it's got like strings everywhere. I will clean it up a little bit, but that was kind of the look I was going for with this. And I'm just going to skip the white part because it was a mess, but I decided to use just some of the white craft fabric from Dollar Tree and see if we can get something similar. It's not as long as the pillowcase, so it's not as big of a project as I was planning, but again, the white pillowcase just would not rip, the satin one. But the craft fabric from the Dollar Tree, this one totally worked. Lots of strings, but that's okay. I still get like the frayed edges that I was going for. So I'm kind of looking to see how much shorter it is. And then I'm going to have to trim the red stripes down to be the same length as the white ones. Now what I want to do is like hang I wanted to hang red strips, white strips, like off of a dowel to hang down to look like the stripes of an American flag, and then do something fun in fabric for the star part as well. And it's still going to work. It's just going to be a little bit shorter and kind of two different kinds of fabric. But up next, I am just going to start kind of sorting them by color, kind of cleaning up some of the white string on the white ones, which was easy enough to pull off. I mean, I do like the frayed appearance, but I don't want just outright strings like that. I like the way that the pillowcase turned out a lot better than the craft fabric. So just kind of cleaning those all up, separating them by color. The other thing is the pillowcases had the little seam at the top, which I was going to use to make a hanger for the dowel. And this is the dowel I'm going to use. It is one of those hot dog sticks that they have in the summer at Dollar Tree. And since I can't hang the white ones now, I can only hang the red ones. But that's okay because I have plenty of red ones. So I think I have enough red ones that will go all the way across my flag. So I just start stringing those on the little dowel, kind of like a curtain rod, right? Kind of next to each other like that. And then I thought we could just put like the white that we ripped on top of them to kind of do the white stripes to be mixed in with the red. And I just cut down my little hot dog stick because it was a little sharp there on the edge. And also tied it off with twine. And bringing that on the other side, tying that too, kind of off. It was so big, I was having a hard time keeping this all in shot. That way everything will stay on there. It's also going to work as a hanger. And this is what I was thinking. I could still make it. I could just kind of do like my white stripes directly right on top. And then have just a plain red one hang down in between each one, kind of like that. So, hey, we made it work, right? It was a fun idea. I was thinking I wanted to do something a little bit out of my comfort zone on this one. So sometimes you just got to experiment, right? So all I'm doing, it's kind of off camera again. I am just hot gluing that white strip to the top right there at the seam, so it will hang down right on top of the red one. And this is a fun DIY to hang outside. It looks cool when it blows around like in the wind. Or you could also just hang it on your wall. Just trying to make sure it is kind of cleaned up a little bit. Everything's hanging right. Now this is what I thought we could try to use for the star part. It's not like a traditional star pattern that you would see on a flag, but it's the right color, right? And it's got stars on it, so I think it might work. But I kind of want it to look ripped as well, so I cut it and then rip each side to make this look nice and frayed as well. So it'll kind of go with the vibe of the rest of the flag. And just trying to get it down into like a little square shape here where it will fit. And whenever if you hang a United States flag vertically like this, you still want the blue star part to be on the left. So that's what I'm doing. I found that you could see through this. And so I'm taking some more of that white craft fabric that we used for the stripes. And I basically just made a lining, hot gluing that to the inside of it just to make it a little bit less see-through. So you can't see the stripes through it. And then I'm just gonna glue that up on the dowel as well. And it can kind of hang down like that. Just kind of tagging it down to a couple of stripes. And then I cut the hot dog stick down to size. And there is like our little rag American flag. And I just tie off a hanger. I think this is about ready to go. I did not really like all of the frayed edges at the top, so I thought I would finish it off with a couple of other little things like some burlap ribbon, maybe some rope. And I cut it so it would kind of look like it was frayed as well. And then I'm just going to wrap the finished part around the top just to kind of give it a finished edge up here. And I am using hot glue for this. I know you can kind of see that through the burlap ribbon, but I'm also going to use a little rope on there as well. I just wanted all of the different kinds of textures. However, I can make this look even more rustic than it already does. And so this is just Dollar Tree rope. And I'm going to put that across the burlap as well to give me a little finished edge there. And I just attached that with hot glue. And our little experimental rag American flag is complete. I had trouble finding a picture of this hanging in my house. The only picture I could find did not have a background, so I will show that to you anyway. And this is how it turned out. Super fun. I did hang this one outside just so you could see it kind of all fly around. Our little flag. I hope you enjoyed these DIYs today. I wanted to let you know that I've introduced memberships on my channel. For $4.99 a month, you're going to get early access to my videos and other perks like shout outs in my videos. And I have 9 Crafty Beach Fun members I want to thank today. Huge thank you to Coastal Couple, I Am Mojo Jojo, Jamie Job, Karen O'Haron, Lee Ann, Mary Banks, Melinda Elizabeth, Pamela Bergeron, and Susan Edmonds. Thank you so much for supporting my channel here on YouTube. I really appreciate it. And thank you for watching it all the way to this spot. Comment your favorite 4th of July DIY below. Don't forget to like this video and don't forget to subscribe. We're trying to get to 20K and we hit 17K, which was super exciting. So here is a final reveal of all 15 patriotic Dollar Tree DIYs we made today. Enjoy.
Things catch fire in America, and no one tires in America. In America, stars and stripes blind you. Can't you see why she tangles with liberty? I'll still be out on the town, and when we're loving this hell on earth, we'll never have to come down, down, so down, and you will see America. things catch fire in America. And no one tires in America. In America. Stars and stripes blind you. Can't you see why she tangles with?
Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to watch more Crafty Beach YouTube things, you might enjoy this video right here.